How are we?
We're doing very well, thank you. Yes, indeed.
Good. I am going to join. We're live on Facebook at the moment. I'm going to join you on the stream momentarily. Just waiting for one of the cameras to warm up.
Okay.
But I will be there. Just a second.
Is it so old, the camera, that it actually has to warm up?
Yeah, I'm there doing this.
Yeah.
Like a genie in a lamp.
That's exactly what I'm doing. It's Thursday morning, which means that it's time for. I've clicked on a different screen since I did that introduction. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Although I'm not on screen yet. Oh, never mind. Right.
These are my confessions. These are my confessions. These are my confessions.
There you go. I'll actually give you some volume in your headphones as well, shall I? I'll make a little bit of a difference. It's time.
Everything's under control here in the studio. Do not panic, guys. Tom is like an octopus. There are arms flailing everywhere. He's touching 3 or 4 different keyboards at once. He tried to touch the screen at one point, and then he realized it wasn't a touch screen.
Yeah. Have you done that?
Yeah.
It does happen. Right. In approximately like a few seconds, I'm going to be there in the room. Let's have a look. Tom, you're echoing. Tom had a hard morning. Am I still echoing?
Yeah, you are still echoing.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was Neil, actually. The whole room is echoing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I can't hear the echo, though. Why would...
I can't hear the echo, though.
I can't hear the echo. Well, if all else fails, it does make it very amusing.
Oh, that. Let's try that. Is it like a tiny echo or is it a problematic echo? This is what I'm concerned
No,
about
it's
now.
a tiny echo.
Oh, I'm not worried about a tiny echo. No echo on the app. There you go.
Okay.
Right. We are here.
Yes, I've got a question.
Go for it.
Where are the bunny men?
What?
Echo and the bunny men.
Come
on. You got to be a certain age to get that joke.
I like it.
All of you youngsters who are listening in on as you get ready for school, you're going to be going, what? I didn't understand that.
What are you talking? Oh, we might have to play some Echo and the Bunnymen now.
Yeah.
They've got some good tunes.
They have.
Yeah. We're here with Sophie's looking. Are you not a fan? No.
I've no idea who you're talking about.
She's one of the youngsters. See, yeah, I mean,
He's younger than me.
I know, but he's in the music biz, so he knows these sorts of things. Whereas I'm just old
in the biz. It's time for confessions. Now, what I love about confessions is that we get to have these wonderful stories submitted to us, and you can submit yours now, studio at Pure West Radio. And sometimes they take on the form of the elaborate. And Reverend Sophie, I'm sure you'll agree, Father Neil and myself very much jump on that bandwagon.
Yes.
And like to go elaborate too.
Yes.
Sometimes, though, they are small yet effective. And I'm scrolling through now. Where is it? Here it is. Are you ready to hear this?
Yes.
So here we go. Hello, confession for Thursday. When I worked in the school with the year 2s, 6-year-olds, if I trumped and it was smelly, I'd blame the children. Simple yet effective. I'm going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons here, and I'm not going to name any names, but I am going to say is that was submitted by a Pure West Radio team member. So this has come from in-house. Simple yet effective. When I was into school working with year 2s, so a load of 6-year-olds, if I trumped and it was a smelly one, I'd blame the children.
Well, I mean, can I tell you a story?
Please.
Can I tell you a story? So I went to, I don't know if you know Carmarthen well, but I went to Abergrilly, and in Abergrilly there is a greengrocers. It's a wholesale greengrocers. They're amazing. Went in there with my husband and my daughter, Chloe. It's a few years ago now. And we were walking. I don't know if you know it. It's not a particularly big building. There's enough room for about 15, 20 people in there at any one time. And so it's quite small and quite enclosed. We were walking around, and all of a sudden, my husband, who's about 3 foot in front of the trolley, and me and my daughter,
trumped
quite loudly.
A loud one.
Loudly. So loud that, in fact, that everybody in the shop stopped, looked around, and looked at my husband and us. And then he went, Sophie. And he blamed it on me. And of course, then everybody else started laughing, and the entire of this shop just bursted into laughter. So it's an innocence, isn't it? It's quite funny. I say forgiven. Forgiven.
Reverend Sophie, straight in there. What are your thoughts if you're watching and listening at home? We're on Facebook. We're also on Instagram for the first time for Confessions here as well this morning. So hello. What are your thoughts? Have you ever let one snip out, and was it really smelly, and did you blame it on someone else? Sophie is the victim of being named as the other person is even forgiving.
Well, I'm going to confess now then, because I've been a perpetrator, but I wasn't able to get away with it. So the story goes like this. It's 1999, and I'm lactose intolerant. That's a key.
Okay, yeah.
And I was at a whist drive for the church that I was in at the time, and it was big. It was a Christmas whist drive, a turkey whist drive. There was about 150 people in the hall. And I like playing games. I play a lot of board games and card games, and I'm not too bad actually, but I'm nothing compared with these older ladies from up in the hills in Powys that would come down and play whist and stare into your soul. But somehow I managed to make it into the final 8. So there are 2 tables, and 2 people on each of the tables are going to be dismissed, and it's going to be the final table of 4. So the whole hall is gathered around these 4 tables, and this was the second half. We'd had a break. We'd had a break for food, and normally the ladies would put a little plate aside for me, and they wouldn't use butter on the sandwiches. They used non-dairy spread, etc. But somehow things got mixed up. They hadn't realised, and I knew that my tumbly was doing the rumbly. And I got eliminated, and I was sitting on a plastic chair, and as I turned to go off the chair, then I trumped, and the reverberation of the plastic chair was immense. The whole room went deadly silent, and then an old Radnorshire farmer went, "Well, the vicar's cut the cheese." But I owned it.
Did you?
I owned it, and I made a joke, and we carried on. And I said something like, "Yes, and it's Stilton," or something like
nice.
that. Yes. So now, come unto me, you innocent children, says our Lord.
Oh dear. I know where this is going.
Yeah, you can tell where this is going, can't you? And yet, this particular individual doesn't just exert psychological warfare on these children by blaming them for something that they haven't done, inflicting trauma, but also exercises bio warfare by gassing them in the process. These poor innocent victims of war in the classroom, not expecting any of this. So no, not forgiven at all.
Not forgiven. So we've got a forgiven and a not forgiven for silently trumping and causing chemical warfare in a classroom. And there's a distinction here as well, actually. In a small shop, your other half was like Sophie, so there was a name put to it straight away.
I know.
Your reverberations off the plastic chair. You put your hands up and you owned up to it. Everyone knows who it is. It reminds me of the scene in Liar Liar when Jim Carrey comes out of the lift, and he turns around and it's like they're all, "Ooh, that's a bit whiffy," in the lift, and he turns around and goes, "It was me." We know who it is, but we don't know who it is here.
Well, we could, because you know who it is, because it's a member of the team. So we could out them on air. Not that we would ever do that, of course not, because that would jeopardize future confessions.
Exactly.
I think you should narrow it down.
Well, we know that they used to work in a school.
And they work for Pure West Radio, so we've reduced the population of Haverfordwest from 24,000 to about
2
dozen.
to about 100. Anna King, forgiven.
Anna always forgives everybody. Pay no attention to her.
Maria Sky.
Yes, go for it, Maria.
Hey, listen up. Since my children have been growing up, I have always done this. More believable to blame the children.
Oh, Maria.
But
Maria.
when I do trump out loud, I always blame my husband. And it's funny to see him get the evils. These things happen. Everyone farts. Totally forgiven.
If everyone farts, Maria, then own it yourself. Don't blame the children or your husband or the dog.
In our house, it was always the mouse.
Right.
I'd love to see the size of the mouse. Holy moly. Maria Sky, you go for it, Father Neil, with some emojis of, what is that, a turtle farting. And Helen Marie, I forgive the confessor, but I don't forgive Sophie's husband. Mortified. Over on Instagram, Amy Music with some laughing smiley faces going on there. So, and some levity this morning on your Thursday morning. So just to recap, we've got a forgiven, we've got a not forgiven.
Yes, not forgiven.
And I think, I'm torn. Because that's what kids are for.
No, that's not what kids are there to be cherished and nurtured and loved, not psychologically damaged and physically inhibited by waves of noxious nifs.
Maria Sky, barking spiders a strike again. That's what they call them. And then Amy, my ex once told me his teacher sent him out of school for farting, trumping.
That's naughty.
Forgiven, not forgiven. I don't. Because you can mentally. No, I'm sorry, but I think for the room of the council here, I think that I am a not forgiven.
Yes.
We deserve to know who the perpetrators are, so we can keep a wide berth in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell them to come to me, and I will formally absolve them of their sins.
If only there was a way, actually. You know, when you were a kid and you went in the pool, swimming pool, and you peed in the pool and it all went blue around you.
Yes.
Yeah. If only there was something in life, something in our atmosphere that whenever you trumped, you were surrounded by a green miasma.
Maybe a tablet.
Oh my goodness. Gina's been in touch. Oh no.
Is it Gina? Was it Gina that made the confession?
She's Cliff. He let a smelly one go when they were in hospital with their son, with Oscar. Morning to you all. The lady still thinks it was me. We do laugh, but I'm still cross about it. Mind you, I would forgive today.
She doesn't get a vote. She's not in the studio, so she doesn't count. So we still win. Woohoo!
Joe Bowling. I've blamed the dog before, but I haven't got a dog.
You blame the imaginary dog.
We've been completely outnumbered, though, by everyone listening at home, Father Neil. I apologise, but we're not going to get the dun-dun-duns today. It would appear that we have an appetite. Well, I can't finish that sentence.
An appetite for forgiveness.
Let it out and be free. Blame it on whoever you want. That's the precedent we've set today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You're back again on Sunday morning.
We are back again on Sunday morning, the 9th of June, and we're taking a stab at family and who are our family.
Oh, interesting. We've had lovely conversations on a Gratitude Tuesday about this in the past as well. So very much looking forward to that. You can catch up with The Last Alive and Kicking on the website. We're looking at The Ordinary.
In the Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Fantastic. So you can listen back to that. Maria Sky has finished my sentence for me. Those on Facebook can see it. An appetite for trumping. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us. Should we do it again next week? In fact, next week. Have you ever taken yourself a souvenir from a place you shouldn't have?
Thank you for that.
That'll be next week here on. That will be here next week on my Being yeah, I've got that one. Thank you so much. We've got traffic travelling taxis. Your Happy Watson's Great Wedlock Farm and Deer Park. Joe Boney's going to see Take That this evening, so we've got a song for him on the way. And Team Sky have got a lovely country version of a Disney song on the way. It is coming up 25 minutes past 8. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Get your annual pass today for unlimited all year round.